I don't get it. Why is the formula of the total surface area of a cylinder so hard? Why am I not able to remember it? Well, that's what you are going to say if you don't understand what the area of a cylinder is, what it is. And if you want to understand it, this is the video for you. Let's jump into the video straight away. Let's nail it. So what you see here is a cylinder. Now it has got three faces. It has got a top face, it has got a bottom face, and it has a face on the side, which is the circular face. Now let's try and derive what the formula for the volume of the cylinder would be and what the formula for the total surface area of the cylinder would be. Don't fret, we'll go step by step. We'll understand a lot of things along this video, and I will explain it to you in such a way that you won't ever forget it. As you see, the cylinder has three faces. There is a face at the bottom, which is circular in shape. There is a face on top, which is again circular in shape. And there is a curved face, which goes around the cylinder along the height. Now, as we discussed in the previous video, all we have to do is to find out the volume of a cylinder. We take the area of the base and multiply it by the height. Now, how do we find the area of the base? Now, as you see, the bottom face and the top face are basically both circles, and obviously they have a center point, and if they have a center point, they have a radius as well. And you already know what the area of a circle is, so obviously it's pi r square, and area of the top and area of the base would be the same, so it is going to be pi r square, and then we need the height. So let's say if we join these two centers of the circle and call that edge, that would be the height. So the volume of the cylinder would then be pi r square h. Now I keep doing a lot of this stuff on my channel, and if this is the first time that you're coming here and if you're a student of mathematics, this is a channel that you must subscribe to, and all you have to do is just click on the subscribe button below the video, and yes, do not forget to hit on the notification bell also so that you never miss an update from us. Now to understand the surface area of a cylinder, we just need to understand what a cylinder looks like when we open it up, or what is the net of a cylinder. So let me show you this. Now what you see here is a right circular cylinder, and we call it a right circular cylinder because as you see on the figure on the right, the height and the radius of the circle, it forms a perfect 90-degree angle. Now this is a really wonderful animation that I found, and it shows you two cylinders. You can always adjust the radius and the height of the cylinder. So I can reduce the radius, I can increase the radius, I can reduce the height, I can increase the height. But for our example, let's take a cylinder like this, and let's see what happens when we open up the cylinder. So when we open it up, what we see, we have a circular shape on the top, and then when we open it up further from the bottom, we have a circular shape at the bottom. And now I'm going to take the curved space and cut it across here, and then open this side on the right and this side on the left. And when I open it up, it looks like this. And as we see, when we open it up, it becomes a rectangle. Now we have to figure out what the length and breadth of the rectangle is. So first let's look at the breadth. So again, let's close it and see what it looks like. So do you see when I open it, what do you think is the breadth of the rectangle? Yes, you are right. It is the same as the height of the cylinder. So the breadth is going to be h. And what is the length of the rectangle? Well, when we open it up, the circumference of the circle is the same as the length of the rectangle. So now to figure out the total surface area, all we have to do is to take the sum of all three faces, and that gives us the total surface area of the cylinder. So the total surface area is going to be the area of the circle at the bottom, which we know is pi r square, the area of the circle on top, which again we know is pi r square, and the area of the curved surface. And as we just saw, the area of the circular face, it's basically just a rectangle which has a length and the breadth, and the breadth we know is the same as the height of the cylinder, which was h. And we also saw that the length of the rectangle was the same as the circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r. So when we combine these two together, we get 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. Now as you can see, we can factor out 2 pi r from both these terms, and in that case we are left with r here and we are left with h here. So that's why the total surface area of a cylinder is nothing but 2 pi r times the sum of the radius and the height. And let's have a look at the lateral surface area also. In the case of a cylinder, it's also called the curved surface area. So in the lateral surface area or the curved surface area, we don't consider the top and the bottom. So all we have to do is we can just remove the area of the top and the bottom. So top and the bottom area was 2 pi r square, and what we are left is nothing but 2 pi r h. So that is the curved surface area of a cylinder. Now in this video we have discussed the volume and the surface area of a cylinder, and in the previous video we discussed about the volume and surface area of a cube and a cuboid. And if you haven't seen that video yet, just click on the top right corner of the screen and it will take you to the video straight away. Now these two figures are perfect examples of what we call them as prisms. Now prisms are something which have the same area at the top and the same area at the bottom. And in fact, even if you cut it horizontally anywhere along the height, it is going to have the same area at the top and at the bottom. That is a prism. So as you see in a cylinder also, this face area is the same as the area of this face, and in a cuboid also the area of this face is the same as the area of this face. Now let's have a look at an object like this. Do you think that this is a prism? Well, let's see. As we know that a prism is something which has the same area at the base and the same area at the top. But here the area of the base is this. And where is the area of top? In fact, there is nothing at top of which we can find the area. So obviously this is not a prism. Well, but what do you think about this? This is a triangle, and on the opposite side is also a triangle. Do they have the same area? Do they have the same dimensions? Yes, they have the same dimensions. And if we keep this object with the triangle as the base and keep it vertically upwards and cut it across horizontally anywhere, don't you think the area of the top or the dimensions of the triangle on top will be the same as the dimensions of the triangle at the base? Yes, they are going to be. So obviously this is also a prism. Now a cuboid was a rectangular prism, a cylinder is a circular prism, and this is what we call as a triangular prism. And if we want to find the volume of this shape, as with all prisms, this also has the same formula, that it is the area of the base times the height. Now let's have a look at the area of the base. Now the base is the triangle. So the triangle obviously has a base and it has a height. And we know that the area of a triangle is half base times height, and this is the height of the cylinder. But because we already have taken h as the height of the triangle, let's call this L, or the length of the prism. So obviously the volume is the area of the base times the height, which means half BH multiplied by L. And as you see, this formula works for all prisms. If the area of the base and the area of the top and area of the cross section anywhere across the prism is the same, this formula is going to work. So that's how simple it is. Now let's try and learn what the volume and the surface area of a cone is. And to do that, all you have to do is just click on the video appearing here on the screen. And if you don't find it here yet, just click on my photograph so that you get subscribed to the channel. Now I really want to hear from you. Did you enjoy the video? If you did, just give a thumbs up and reply in the comment section whether you will still find it difficult or not. I'm waiting for your comments. And as far as the volume and surface area of a cylinder and prisms are concerned, congratulations, you've nailed it. Take care. God bless.